Welcome to the Truth is Easy podcast, where we celebrate life,
love,
and flyness. I'm Reina-Shaunte.
And I'm Doc.
And we're the Massage. You might know me from the Darman videos and my best-selling book, Finding You in Every Script.
You might know me from my podcast called the B&C Podcast.
And you might know us from the TikTok videos where I'm the star.
And I'm running for my life.
Well, I made this podcast because we are happily married and we have some amazing conversations on our date night.
For sure. We want to drag y'all along.
All right, so here we go. We're about to take you where no couple has gone before.
We talked about this already.
What?
This is not no couple.
What you
A
mean?
bunch of couples go here all the time.
No couple.
Literally every couple that's online goes here.
They're not a...
Truth is easy.
Starts now.
All right, so big thing happened recently. Haley Bailey starred in the live action version of the Little Mermaid.
Yes!
So
it was so wonderful. Oh, she did her thing, honey. She sang. She looked beautiful. She moved well, you know. And then she was just walking. I mean, she was just, she is amazing. Haley Bailey. And her name is quite similar to Halle Berry.
It's very tough to not say Halle Berry.
It's weird. It's weird saying Haley Bailey because, literally, we grew up thinking Halle Berry. She was a superstar, right? I mean, still is, you know, but especially since we were growing up. But now... Haley Bailey is a superstar. She's a movie star. She is really killing it out here in the game.
That's super dope.
I'm so proud of her.
So, I didn't watch it. I'm just going to be very honest about that.
You missed out then.
That's fine.
This is epic.
I'm cool to, have been the one. I will say for everybody, especially if you got kids, you probably should go see it. I was traumatized as a child. My mother watched The Little Mermaid on repeat every single day for at least 3 months straight.
Out on the sea.
See this? It's triggering. Like there's a vein that pops up here.
Be
and so she came home singing under the sea and all this other good stuff, soundtrack stuff. So the whole time, so I don't really need that right now. Anyways, so I would suggest that if you don't have somebody who does this kind of stuff all the time, that you should take your kids to go see it. You should go see it if you enjoy family fun.
Oh my gosh, cool. It truly is. And I mean, there was backlash, right?
Yeah,
about
backlash.
her being a black woman, which is super
dumb,
stupid, ignorant.
All right.
I mean, because her performance, her gift, the thing that she's doing, Haley Bailey, is incredible. She is surpassing any type of skin color or there's nothing that's boxing her in and saying that she is only a black or no. She is an artist creating this amazing character, telling this incredible story. So it's for people to allow that to get in the way. Before they even saw it, by the way.
Yeah,
the movie just dropped
months ago.
The movie just dropped, and before the movie was out, people was having problems with it.
Big man.
And I told you, I think it's a spiritual thing. Some people need to be delivered from this spirit of racism. Delivered, because they're missing out and they're allowing their children to miss out on something so special because we grew up with the white Ariel, and accepted it for what it was. It was a beautiful, amazing story, and nobody was looking at it as, she's the white Ariel, so I can't watch that. I can't. No, it was a beautiful story that surpasses any skin color, anything on the surface. It reaches your soul. It really does. And that's what they did. This is epic. So I'm so proud of everything that they did in this project, really.
Well, reason why I say it's dumb is because it's not a real person. This is that there's no such things as mermaids for real. Mermaids is not real. And so how you mad that this mermaid is black, the other mermaid is white, and they seem to care. They didn't care that Sebastian the Crab was clearly a black crab with big lips in the cartoon one, right? So they didn't care about that being black.
Right, Sebastian's supposed to be black, I guess.
He could be black.
Because Sebastian got big lips and got a Caribbean accent.
But it's all good.
It doesn't make sense.
It's dumb.
Get yourself together.
It's dumb.
Really, please.
So,
can we move past this? I'm so done. I'm so done with the racism thing. I'm over it.
So we're so over racism, and so did you go to a black theater? What is this?
What is a black theater?
Like Magic Johnson theaters. Like there's a black theater.
Okay, a black man does own Magic Johnson, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind some Chinese money, some white people money.
I'm just saying, but it's still like, you haven't been to a Magic Johnson theater. Hey, shout out for the prices. Appreciate you, goat, on your prices. But but the reason I'm asking is because. So we went to go see Chevalier a couple weeks ago at this French theater in Los Angeles, and
was it a French theater?
The French theater. It was like a French theater.
I guess the name of it was
Francois name. So, anyway, so it just so happened to be a French-based movie, right? And we was like one of 4 couples in that entire theater because it had been out for a minute. why we was the like the traditional black folks in there. Like we was talking through the whole movie. So much so that it was like a younger person like in an aisle in front of us. She turned around. She turned a young black girl. Turned around. Could you be quiet? Like,
see, the white people was letting us live.
They was looking though. They was looking because they was a little nervous. They was looking. They was a little nervous. They was like, I see him walk in. He a little big. I don't know. So, but no. The reason I ask is because did you get a chance to fully experience the movie, or was it like people talking?
I think everybody was super involved, and everybody experienced it together. It was wonderful. It really was. It made me think of how it was going to the movies back in the day. Because nowadays it is like 3, 4, 5 people tops in a movie theater when you go. It is only you, which is why we feel like we can be at home and just talk back to the screen.
If you go see a movie that's old, right? Like it's been out for a while. Brand new movies, they still be. It ain't like it was before. But you seen it. It was popping. So like right now, it's getting back up to where it was a little bit, especially for those things that are not going straight to video, straight to streaming. So what'd you think about the performance? Like, you think it was good?
I thought everybody was incredible. I really did. The singing, the acting. Melissa McCarthy played Ursula. She was incredible.
Ain't nobody tripping about her being white, because everybody know Ursula was black in the cartoon. That's what they do know.
Was she black in the cartoon?
Hey, look, man, she was purple. And Disney used to, because Disney, that's the closest thing they used to do to black people. She was purple. She was purple. And she was a sassy, brassy gal.
She sang that song.
That's how she came across.
Melissa brought it though.
It probably wasn't.
Melissa had some soul, girl. You better get it, girl. I saw you.
Okay, so
she can come to the cookout.
Okay. Hey, look, I ain't mad because as long as she bringing something, bring
come
some
on,
snacks.
girl. Yeah,
snacks or something.
Okay.
But so you didn't think that it was like one of those? This should not be made into a live action movie, like The Lion King. I mean, let's be real, man. I really wasn't feeling The Lion King live action.
I feel you. I did not enjoy it.
She say this because she's part of it.
I'm not a part of the hype. I respect Beyonce. I think she's amazing. And the music was incredible for The Lion King. Because why? Because Beyonce did the soundtrack. But it didn't enhance the original. The original was so iconic. It was amazing. It was perfect. It was a masterpiece that maybe shouldn't have been messed with. But I don't mind the effort. I don't mind the effort of trying to come back and recreate something, which I think they did a good job.
Okay.
It wasn't like The Little Mermaid, which they did enhance what was done in the past. Okay. And I didn't think they were able to do that they could, but they really did.
Okay.
Bravo, Halle Bailey. Dang it. One day I'm going to get it, girl, because you are a superstar. You did your thing, girl. Halle Bailey.
Don't know your name.
And your sister. And speaking of Beyonce mentored them. The two sisters mentored them into becoming the incredible superstars that they are now and in the future. Because I know that this is just the beginning for them. Okay. So, yes, congratulations.
Well, that's dope. I'm glad it was a wonderful experience for you, and that you enjoyed it and came back home to traumatize me. Okay. See this? You see this? Like, even when she hears that, like, oh, babe, this is disturbing.
Wish I could be
0 of the things given. Field full of them. She ain't got one to give.
I love your word.
So anyways, all right. So this actually kind of bleeds into the second topic that we want to talk about tonight. Mm-hmm. So this is for our folks who are not currently married, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a good question. It's a real scenario that people live with today. Is when should you introduce your kids to your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other? Mm-hmm. Like at what time, what part of your relationship? Mm-hmm.
I really truly feel like you have to be serious, and I know that kind of goes without saying. Serious enough to know that this person is sane.
Okay.
There's for women, we have to make sure that our children are taken care of. Our children come first, right? So you can say, I love this man, he make me feel like this, and he make me feel like that, and he knock me up, and whatever. But your children's safety needs to come first. So making sure that this person is a person that loves children and not, in a creepy way, but like, So, I mean, for instance, when we were dating, I have children. They were a little younger. But it's just that they're grown, and I ain't raised them since they was babies. But they're grown, and even when you met them, they were still big boys on their way out out of high school. So. But I didn't know. I got to know you in a way to know that you love children. You were an uncle. You were a goddad. I met the kids that love you, and I knew that I could trust you around my own children. So that's first. But then I do think that you have to be in a healthy place in your own life, so that you know that you're attracting another healthy person to add to you.
That's fair.
And where you can add to them as well, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
So
I wonder, again, from a woman's perspective. have you ever known? Because I'm not gonna say like any of your friends, but so have you ever known of a woman who, hey, look, I'm trying to get a free meal for the squad, right? And so like I'm like, yeah, you can meet my kids second date, right? Because they try to, hey, look, go ahead, break this up, buy everybody pizza and stuff like that. I mean, have you ever heard of it? I know I've heard of it. I've seen it.
Maybe.
That means yes.
I know. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
That means that woman is in a situation where she's not looking out for the safety of her children. Honestly, I'm sorry, sis. It's too soon. I'm sorry. It's too soon. And I know, you might be in a situation where, hey, you want to find a daddy real quick to take care of these babies, because it ain't easy for single mothers. I get it. But the safety of your children come first.
Okay.
Really, yeah. Because now we're not talking about creating a family, it's like I need somebody just to save me, and you have to, I know it's tough, I know it's hard, but you cannot just trust any man to come into your life, and because you're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
You're looking for trouble if you just open your door to any and everybody who pays for a Happy Meal for your kids. You're just looking for trouble.
What about like Red Lobster? I'm just saying. And so okay. So I was not the first dude that you dated when you were no longer married. But so did any of them get to meet you kids?
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is that I was hesitant to allow just anybody to meet my children. I did date one or two friends because they were a part of my circle. They were just a part of my circle, so my kids did know like the guys that I dated. They knew them just because they were always there. Because I went to school with them. But as far as like just people that were interested in me and I didn't know anything about them from the beginning, maybe one person I allowed to meet my oldest, like when we were in Virginia where we met. Yeah. It was just one guy who was very, very sweet guy. He had, little ones of his own. And
the sister, Shaunte.
Oh, no, I didn't date him. Oh, no,
okay.
God, no.
Exactly.
There was somebody that you didn't even know, that you never even knew,
Really fun.
So, yeah, no, but there was somebody who I was serious with. And, I thought that maybe we could build something together, but it ended up, not working out. And then I met you. You were like the last person I met before I left Virginia. And then you met my
choose to believe this.
Kids. You didn't meet my kids when I was leaving, when we first met, but you did spend some time with my oldest son.
When she say spend some
when
time.
I was when I was
That's a whole other podcast. That's a whole other
podcast. But I trusted because my oldest son was going through some troubles and he was still in Virginia when I moved to California.
So you gonna tell him about this one?
No, just real quick. And I just felt like I knew you enough to trust that you can help him get out of that situation. And then we were already serious by then. We were already serious. So that's the thing. The moral of the story is wait until you are serious and you love this person and you know that person is going to look out for you and yours.
Okay, so you would put that you should love this person as one of the parameters. The reason I ask is, my mother got divorced when I was like 2. And so we was in Virginia and she got remarried right like at the tail end of my middle school years. So that whole time, I'm thinking my mama's single. My mama had a life. I ain't gonna say she was outside.
Mama gotta live.
She was outside.
Mama gotta live.
And so, but I didn't get to meet like everybody. I met a few on.
Right.
I met a few on, but I ain't know, I ain't know. And so
you better leave my mama alone.
Look, man, it's my mama, like literally my mother. But like, what I'm saying, she was grown. But what I'm saying, I ain't know. And so, but I think I respect that hustle though. Yeah. Because even of like the cats that I did meet or whatever have you, I wouldn't necessarily say that, she felt she was in love with these dudes or whatever. But like, I can respect that. And then from my side, after I got divorced, and I was dating, I'm in my 30s at that point. So like almost every woman had a kid, by somebody. So it was like, okay, I did not want to meet their kids. And look, I may sound like a butt old, but the truth was I used to tell these women, hey, look, I don't need to meet your kids. I don't want to, I don't need to. And it's not because I didn't want to get serious with them. It's because I do love kids. Yeah. And so I didn't want for the kids to be like, if it didn't work out, oh, where's Mr. Doc? Like he's playing kind of a daddy uncle role or whatever, now he going.
See, sometimes I will say this, women will use their kids to test the man, to test to see if he's good with the kids and will he like my kids and all that. I think that's so because for me I feel like especially when I was dating you and we were dating very seriously, I felt like I just wanted to share who I loved with the people that were most important in my life.
Okay,
that's it.
What if them kids didn't like me?
Well, the thing is that
She's gonna have them kids.
they gotta respect.
Mama gotta live.
Right, they gotta respect who mama chooses. Now, because they could be holding some old stuff from the past and, you know, or whatever, or they just want to protect their mama, period. So nobody probably would ever be good enough, you know? So that's the thing, and kids are immature, but yes, if you know when you're unhealthy and you're bringing some Earl up into your house or a Roscoe up into your house, and you know he ain't no good, he's smoking around the kid, putting out ashes on your kid's head, you know what I mean? You know when...
Got the ashes on the
You
head.
know when you ain't bringing somebody into the family, and if the
Snoop
kids
the
are
baby
like, nah, mama, that ain't it, then you need to listen. Mama, I get it, single mama. I get it, y'all. It's hard out here. It's hard. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush into nothing, and get yourself healthy in a healthy place so that you can attract the man that will love you, take care of you, and a husband and a father for your children. Just take your time. All right.
Super dope. Yeah.
I will say, you know, you maybe remember growing up is that my dad, he was a handsome guy.
Don't mess with
He was
Richard
a
T.
young, handsome guy. And so there was a
Still
time when, you know, my parents had broken up. They were high school sweethearts. They had broken up when I was super young. But I stayed in D.C. with my mom, my grandma, and my dad would come to visit. And whenever he visited, it was a new girlfriend, you know. And I was just like, wow, Dad, you know, I wish... like, we would have some time together, and I love you, Dad. If you watch it, like...
He's a solid and happily
guy.
married man.
He's a great guy.
He's a wonderful
But
man.
he definitely enjoyed himself with the ladies. Now, I'm sure he gave them the time of their lives. He was very charming. He still is. He's a very charming man. So I'm sure that they even still remember those times fondly. But when I look back, I was like, you know, what's going on here now? Some guys will use their children to get a girl. And I'm right about that, right?
Hey, look.
To seal that deal.
First off.
And be like, oh, look at my cute little daughter. You know what I mean?
So, that's my goddaughter, my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did go to the park.
See?
Right?
And
so, like, of course, because she's adorable.
Adorable.
And she's a beautiful young woman right now.
Right.
And at the time, but I was already there spending time with her.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens to be in like these public places with some of these ladies and that. And I just wanted them to see I was good with kids.
See, that's the problem right there. That's your problem right there.
I was
That's wrong. That's wrong. So I don't know where my daddy was in his relationship when he introduced me to all these ladies. I have no idea, but I feel like the boundaries of protecting your children are different when it comes to men and women when they're out dating. What do you think? Yeah?
Exactly. I think it's got to be fair. I think it's depending on who the kids stay with, right? So like if the kid is with, you know, their mom and you're a guy, I think that if you get serious in a serious relationship, like you need to have a conversation with your baby mom and be like, hey, look, me and you have an understanding that we are co-parenting, right? But like, I want you to live your life, and I need to live my life. And as such, you know, this is this, that, and the other. But I think you don't want to pull that card like a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing with, you know what I'm saying, like if you're a woman and your kids either stay with you or your kids stay with their father. Yeah. And it's like, you don't want to be all the time like, oh, you know, I need the kids to meet my new such and such. Like, I mean, you go ahead and live, but like, yo, what is, have all these dudes up in my kid's face, especially if, you know, you got a little girl. And I'm not saying the little boys don't need to be protected.
No, they do, for sure.
But it's, you know, it's a bunch of nastiness out there, man. So, you know, people need to be protected for their kids.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, so what I can say, while it is important to get a feel for what your children feel about your new significant other, because you do need to pay attention, right? I ain't saying, you know, just because kids is not grown and that mama need to have life. Kids be saying some stuff that mama don't even want to pay attention to. Or daddy like, hey, look, you know, hey, look, son, it's kind of what it is right now. You know, you was over here this weekend, but you know. So I get that. You ever dated a dude who had kids that you ain't like?
I can't
It's the same as saying you don't like a kid.
I don't know. Have you had a situation like that, my love?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I dated this one young lady where it was kind of like Tim the Two-Man Taylor, where her kid was always in the back of the house, and I never seen him. I heard him a few times. Okay. But I never seen him. Okay. Right, and then we was going to have a date to go see like Monster Truck Rally or something like that, and like she got mad at me when she found out I was dating other people. And I don't understand. So anyway, so that we ended that. Okay. Right? But then it was another person that we dated. We were very serious, and I knew her child, and there was some behavioral issues, right? That I had conversation with the mom about. You know, I don't see this as appropriate or whatever have you, and we agreed to set up boundaries. But when I left, like just to go to work or whatever, you know, I wasn't living together, but like I'd work on the road, and I come back, none of the rules were being followed, and so the behavior was wild. And my thing was, I wanted to break up because if we were to have kids together, I wouldn't treat our kids any different than I would treat her child. So once we together, like them's our kids, and there's no way I'm gonna let my child act like that. And so, but if you on this program where I feel this is acceptable behavior, nah, man, we don't have the same kind of parenting value, so that just ain't gonna work out. And so this child was still growing and developing and all this other good stuff, but I ain't like the trajectory where this was going. And
that's so interesting because I've heard you tell this story before, but when I hear it this time, it almost seems like you guys were both trying to move towards something serious, like marriage, right? But you were sort of testing it out being a father before you actually became her husband. While her, on the other hand, probably would have preferred you to become her husband before you started to be a father.
No, she
That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. Y'all can chime in, y'all can comment, or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's what it came out just now sounding like to me. Is that's the reason why she didn't, enforce the rules. And maybe, I don't know, she's just a frazzled single mom. She's working, she's parenting, she's doing a whole lot. So I get it. But the fact that you guys haven't really, made a covenant, truly committed to each other. I mean, did you ask her to marry? I know.
No.
Okay, so at that point, you guys really didn't have a serious commitment, So for her, she probably was like, you can do what you want and discipline this child, and we can make everything happen like a family once we make it a family. That's what it sounded like to me.
Because we coming close on time.
I know we coming close.
I'll let you know.
Y'all let us know.
Hey, look.
What y'all think?
Because she was a bunch of times. I helped get her kid into school, and like one of the emergency contacts for her kid went at daycare.
Okay.
So she seemed to be along that path.
Yes.
And when we broke up and we talked, and she was just like, I don't agree that this was unfixable.
And you could be right. I'm telling you, you could be totally right. But
so I think that when it comes to meeting like your significant other's kid, I think two primary things. Got to be concerned about the kids' safety and kids' well-being.
For sure. First and foremost.
And you got to be healthy and everything yourself.
That's right.
And then the second thing is, if y'all are going to try to make something real out of this, then y'all need to have the same idea or same values of what raising a child should be. Because, if we didn't agree about like, this is how we should deal with the kids, this is, what level of involvement that you want, because I ain't finna be feeding nobody, and I can't say nothing to them.
I know that goes on a lot, too.
And that's that craziness in my opinion.
It is.
Nah,
it's weird, because you're not on one accord, So, yes. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This was amazing. Another amazing episode of Truth is Easy. And I think the best way to end this is...
No, don't do it.
Out on the sea.
Why?
Wish I